Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to the new topic of an electrical machines that is based on the synchronous machines. In this lecture, we will try to understand about the introductory part of the synchronous machines. So this is the one of the important type of the rotating machines, and this machine is widely used for the generations of an electricity at different power plants like thermal power plants, nuclear power plants, hydro power plants, etc. Right. This is the one of the most important type of the rotating machines. And we all know the rotating machines consist of the two major parts, that is called a stator and rotor. So as you can see that on your screen, this is the constructional overview of the synchronous machines. Whatever the winding is wound on the rotor side of a synchronous machines, that is called a field winding, in which we have to supply the DC source, right? And this field winding is energized from DC source. Okay, this is all about the rotating part of the synchronous machines. Okay, and whatever the winding is wound on the stator side, which is called as armature winding, and the armature winding of a synchronous machines, the outer part of this structure is indicate the stator part of the synchronous machines, and the winding is the winding which is placed on the stator side is called the armature winding. And armature winding of a synchronous machines either delivers three-phase AC source. If it delivers three-phase AC source, then synchronous machines behaves as a synchronous generator, or we can say that alternator, or it's supplied by three-phase AC source, then the synchronous machines behave as a synchronous motor. Is it clear? Now second important point is that as in other rotating machines, the EMF induced in synchronous machine is motional EMF. Okay, whenever the flux cuts the conductor, that it means that the EMF is induced in it. Okay, so in this case the flux is produced by the DC supply source, right? So rotor winding is responsible for the creations of the flux, and when this flux is going to cut the conductor of the stator side, then it will induce a EMF on the stator side. Is it clear? So this is nothing but this all is called a slot of the stator side, in which a conductor is placed on it. Now, is it clear? Okay, so here the point is mentioned that the EMF is induced in armature conducts, but they are kept on stator, so they cannot rotate, and hence in order to have relative motion between magnetic field and conductor, the magnetic field must rotate, right? Now what are the advantages of having armature winding on stator? First advantage is called a more economical, more efficiency. Why we called the synchronous machine is called a more efficiency? Because instead of three slip rings, because at DC's at rotor side we used the DC source. So in case of a DC terminal, we need a two terminals. Okay, and in case of a three-phase AC source, we need a three terminals. So in case of a three-phase AC source, three terminals means three slip rings are used. Okay, and in case of a DC source, two terminals, it means that two slip rings are used. So instead of three slip rings, we used the two slip rings. So due to which we can minimize the losses, and hence by minimize the losses, so that we can improve the efficiency of the machines, right? Better insulations. High voltage winding should be stationary in order to provide effective insulations. Efficient cooling. Stationary armature winding can be cooled more efficiently. More output. More output, because by keeping low power field on rotor, the weight of field winding is reduced, and hence it can rotate at higher speed. And last important advantage of the machine is called a convenient constructions, because the winding can be braced in a better way against electromagnetic force if it is accommodated in stator slot. Is it clear? Because of all these reasons, DC generators cannot handle as much power as an AC generator. Now let us move on the concept of synchronous speed. Before we are going to the actual definitions of the synchronous speed, first of all we should know the relation between the electrical angle and mechanical angle. Electrical angle means the angle which is created by any two electrical quantities like voltage, current, which electrical angle which cannot be seen by our naked eyes, but mechanical angle which can be observed by our naked eyes. So the relation between the electrical angle and mechanical angle is theta E equals to P by 2 theta M. When we are going to differentiate with respect to time both the side, so it will come out to be d theta E by dt equals to P by 2 into d theta M by dt. The rate of change of the angle, electrical angle, which is known as the angular frequency, right? And the rate of change of the mechanical angle, which is known as the mechanical speed. The value of the angular frequency is 2 pi f, and the value of the angular speed is 2 pi n by 60. N is called the speed, which is measured in RPM, and the N will come out to be 120 f upon P, which is also known as the synchronous speed. So synchronous speed is nothing but it is the conversion of electrical frequency f and mechanical speed in terms of RPM. This is the actual meaning of the synchronous speed, right? Suppose we have a synchronous motor, right, and whose rated voltage is 400 volt, and frequency is mentioned on the plate of the synchronous motor is 50 hertz, and the poles of the machines is 4. If someone asks what is the electrical speed of the synchronous machine, what is the electrical speed of the synchronous motor? So what is the electrical speed of the synchronous motor? Whatever the frequency is given on the plate of the synchronous motor, that frequency is called the electrical speed of the particular synchronous motor. And if someone asks about the mechanical speed of the synchronous motor, then we can calculate by the help of this expression, n equals to 120 f by P. So 120 f is given 50, P is given 4, so 1500 rpm is nothing but mechanical speed of the synchronous motor, and f is called the electrical speed of the motor. Right. What is the difference between the synchronous generator and asynchronous generator? Let us see. Synchronous generator and asynchronous generator. Asynchronous generator is also called the induction generator, and synchronous generator is also called the alternator. First difference is that if rotor rotates at synchronous speed, means when rotor rotate at a speed of 120 f upon p, so that type of generator is called a synchronous generator. If rotor rotates nr means rotor speed, if rotor rotates higher than synchronous speed, it means that this type of generator is called a synchronous generator, asynchronous generator, or induction generator. Second difference is used in conventional energy source where speed is constant, like example thermal power plant, nuclear power plant, hydro power plant. And induction generator is generally used in non-conventional energy sources where speed is not constant, like wind and tidal. 2/3 of the power generation is derived from steam power plants. Okay, so this is all about the basic difference between the synchronous generator and asynchronous generator, and this is all about the introductory part of the synchronous machines. Okay.